Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a spur of the moment video. I didn't get to update or upload a Sunday sketch video this past weekend, because I was out of town for Easter visiting with my family. And I recently decided this week that I am going to try and go to a con in June. I'm gonna try and get a table at Heroes Con in Charlotte, and I know I want to do it. I'm 100% sure I want to do it, but I'm not 100% sure I will do it, because I have been fairly inactive these past few years, so I don't have a whole lot of stuff prepared for it. So basically it's in June, so it's like 2 months away, and I'm going to see how much I can get done in like 2 months. And you see that? My shavings just came out the back side of my pencil. These are just really rough sketches for some of these little tiny trading card sized pieces of Bristol board. I'm just going to paint 4 drinks, because drinks are very important. They're one of my favorite things. I just drew the little teacup, and I'm going to do a coffee, an apple cider, or a cider, and then a cocoa. And I'm going to paint them on the little Bristol boards, and I'm going to make buttons out of them. But that's what I'm sketching on right now. I was just, working on it because I gotta work all the time, getting stuff ready, especially if I want to do a convention in 2 months. And I figured while I was here, I would chit chat with you guys about, life and updates. Like the convention, that's a pretty big update. What I'm trying to do is get one of my best friends in on the convention with me, because the tables are, they're not too expensive. They're a manageable amount. They're just for our first convention, or for my first convention. It would be both of our first conventions. I would rather go in on it with somebody as kind of a safety net for if I don't have enough to sell to make my money back for the table. I mean, I really don't, I honestly, like, truly believe that there is no way I wouldn't make my money back if I got a table at this convention. But like I said, it is my first. This handle look kind of like an ear, But like I said, it's my first convention, so there's always going to be a bit of nerves. I'm not too worried about where I'm placing these on. Like, I have the size of the little cards here as reference, like a size reference, but I'm not too worried about where they're located on it, because I can always move this around when I'm transferring it to the card. But anyways, yeah, we went to Easter with my grandparents this past weekend. It was nice. My grandparents live in South Georgia, like right above the Georgia-Florida border. So it's a little bit of a drive. It's like 4 hours. I mean, that's not too bad. I have grandparents on my dad's side who live in Pennsylvania, and that's a 10-hour drive. So 4 hours is much more manageable than 10 hours. But it's pretty much a tradition to go down to my grandparents in Georgia for Easter. So that's what we did. We always go there for Easter, and we always go there for 4th of July. So I'm sorry I didn't get a video up this weekend. I've actually been trying for the past like 2 days to get, I mean, hopefully, it's up by now when you're watching this. If not, I may have given up and went ahead and posted this one. But I've been trying to get up a new inking video that I've had filmed for a really long time, and I edited it and everything, and I guess I'm just still so new to Premiere Pro or something that I haven't figured out what I'm doing wrong. But it will not export. Like, it starts exporting and it looks normal, but then the longer it exports, the more time it says it's going to take to export, and it starts getting up into ridiculous times, like 5 hours to export, 10 hours to export. I left it when we went to an event the other night because I figured it would be done exporting by the time we got back from the event. I mean, you know, with plenty of time to spare. And we got back from the event and it said 10 hours left of exporting. It didn't make any sense. So I don't know what's going on with it. I'm gonna have to like do some Googling and research and try to figure it out, but at this point, it's just really frustrating me. I'm going to, this one's obviously way bigger than this one, but you know, scaling, I can, when I put them on actual buttons, it's going to fix the scaling, and for the originals, coffee cups are usually bigger than teacups, so I'm going to go with that. Now, all of these other ones should be about as big as the coffee cup. We got, I know I pointed to this block and said cider, but I'm going to make this one cocoa because it's easy. I'm stressing out a little bit, but it's really exciting at the same time, because even if I don't, and like I told you, I'm not 100% on whether or not I'm actually going to end up going to this con or not, but even if I don't, me thinking that I will is really getting me going. So maybe I will produce all of this stuff thinking I'm going to go to this con, and even if I don't go, I'll be able to put it up in my Etsy shop and stuff like that, so I'll still be able to, you know, it's kind of tricking myself into doing things, into producing stuff, because I haven't in so long, and you know, I'm kind of okay with it. I'm kind of okay with tricking myself like this. I'm really into mugs. Like, here at my house, we have so many mugs. I was actually like window shopping online, you know, like when you just go from website to website looking at a specific thing, trying to talk yourself in and out of buying it. I did that the other day with mugs. I was just going onto all these different websites looking at mugs, and I texted one of my best friends who lives here in town with me, and I was like, hey, I want to go mug shopping, and she said, you have 87 mugs. You have like 87 mugs. That is I'm not going to say an exaggeration, because it might actually not be an exaggeration, but it was a joke. So, marshmallows. Well, that one ended up being bigger than all of them. Ugh. There's something going on. I think the more confident I'm getting, you know, warming up a little bit, I think the more confident I'm getting, the larger my cups are getting. Let's see if I can't make this a little bit smaller without having to start over. I think I can finagle this. All right. And you can see I'm sketching with graphite right now. I'm not bothering with a coal eraser or anything. It's just little cups, so I'm not gonna worry about it. All right, it's a little thinner, and we're going to make it shorter. A fair bit shorter. There we go. Make the handle shorter. More appropriate. My husband is home. I will not let him stop me.
Hey, buddy. Is your mom in bed?
I'm not in bed. I'm filming.
Oh. Sorry.
Hey, I love you. Let me kiss real quick and leave.
Are you filming or are you texting?
I'm filming. Look, it says recording.
Oh. How about
One more, just one more, just one more. Cider. I feel like it may be disorienting to you guys seeing me draw sometimes because I turn my paper sideways. And I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit disorienting to me as well. because I've always turned my paper sideways. It's just the easiest way for me, for my hand to move. Like if my arm is like the paper is perpendicular to the angle of my hand this way, and this is how I write. It's always how I've written, it's always how I've drawn, but it does make things lopsided sometimes. I always have to turn the paper straight to check things. But like having the paper sit straight on the desk and then drawing is very, very strange and difficult for me. So I apologize if that's disorienting. But no, you're not alone. Once I have guidelines, it makes it easier. Well, let's see. This one's cider, and it's gonna be in a fat. This mouth is really wide, but this is supposed to be a really fat, short cup. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Can you shut the door, please? I get all self-conscious when the door's open, and I feel like you're listening.
What?
I get all self-conscious when the door's open, and I feel like you're listening.
We're gonna left the door open.
I love you. Now this one's going to be a challenge because it is going to be a clear glass. I want it to be a clear glass, at least. So definitely going to have to use reference for the actual coloring of it. Because I have no idea how to just like paint clear, liquid in clear. Oh my god, words. Liquid in a glass, in a clear glass with no reference. So. I'm going to indicate where the bottom will be. Oh, see that there's a handle attaching there and here. And then we'll do some cinnamon sticks because I love hot apple cider with cinnamon sticks. Yes. And there we have sketched 4 little drinks. And I'll put on the, when I make the buttons, it won't be on the originals, but when I make the buttons, I'll put a little like text underneath all of them saying what each of them are. I may put a pattern on these cups. This one's going to be clear, so it won't need a pattern. We'll see. Well, thanks for listening to my updates today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!